Start tapping. All right, so you've got a traumatising event that you wanted to go to?
I do. It's a flow on from something
yesterday,
and I thought I was okay, and I was okay yesterday, but as soon as it popped into my mind today, I'm not okay.
Okay, so I want you to just give it a title. Is it a short movie?
Yes.
Okay, what's the title you want to give it?
The Drowning.
The Drowning. And when you say The Drowning,
yep,
what do you feel it is out of 10?
10.
10, and where do you feel it in your body?
It feels like this struggle in my throat too, a panic in my throat that can't come out.
Okay, so even though I've got this movie title,
that's
10 out of 10.
That's 10 out of 10.
And I feel this struggle and panic in my throat. I accept myself. And my body. Deeply and completely. Even though I've got this movie, The Drowning. And I feel this panic and struggle in my throat. It's a 10 out of 10. I accept myself. And my body. And I want to process this. Even though I've still got this struggle and panic in my throat. When I think about the movie The Drowning. I accept myself and my body. And I'm ready and willing to process this. I accept myself. Deeply and completely. This movie. The Drowning. I can feel it in my throat. This movie, The Drowning. I can feel it in my throat. The panic and struggle. This movie, The Drowning. I want to process it and let it go. This 10 out of 10 feeling in my throat. Releasing and processing it. That's good. Releasing and processing it. Keep tapping.
Releasing and processing it.
This movie, The Drowning. Corner of the eye. I'm safe right now. Under the eye. I'm safe right now.
Right now.
Even with this movie. The Drowning. That I'm processing and releasing. This struggle and panic in my throat. That I'm releasing. Keep tapping. I'm releasing. See how we release even with the movie title? Keep going. I'm releasing this. The Drowning movie. This panic and struggle out of my throat. And sending my throat peace. As I sit here in this heart energy of everyone in the room. Feeling that peace being sent to my throat. Even when I remember the Drowning movie. Sending my throat peace. So take a deep breath. And what colour is peace for you?
It's clear. Doesn't hold anything. It's clear.
All right. So sending you and breathing in that beautiful clear energy into your heart. And sending that from your heart to your throat. Even as you remember that Drowning movie. You start tapping on the karate chop point. So when you think about that movie title, The Drowning, is it still 10 out of 10 or has it come down a bit?
It goes up and down.
Is it still in your throat?
No, it feels like a pain in my heart, like a fist.
Okay.
Squeezing.
Yep. So even though I've got this pain and squeezing in my heart, I accept myself.
Even though I've got this pain and squeezing in my heart, I accept myself.
And the way my body's been protecting me.
And the way my body's been protecting me.
And I'm letting my body know I'm safe now.
And I'm letting my body know I'm safe now.
And I accept myself deeply and completely.
And I accept myself deeply and completely.
Even though I've still got this pain and clenching in my heart.
Even though I've got this pain and clenching in my heart.
From the drowning movie.
From the drowning movie.
I accept myself.
I accept myself.
And the way my body's been protecting me.
And the way my body's been protecting me.
And I'm releasing this now.
And I'm releasing this now.
Top of the head. All this pain in my heart.
All this pain in my heart.
Like clenching.
Like clenching.
From the drowning movie.
From the drowning movie.
Releasing and processing it.
Releasing and processing.
I'm safe here right now.
I'm safe here right now.
Sending my heart peace.
Sending my heart peace.
Even when I think about the drowning movie.
Even when I think about the drowning movie.
Releasing the trauma out of my heart. Keep tapping. Keep tapping. Sending my heart peace. Is it still that clear colour, the peace?
No, it's pink.
Pink? Light pink? Mm-hmm. So sending my heart that light pink colour.
Sending my heart that light pink colour.
And energy.
And energy.
Under the nose, dissolving all the trauma in my heart.
Dissolving all the trauma in my heart.
Like a clenched fist.
Like a clenched fist.
Opening up that clenched fist.
Opening up that clenched fist.
Dissolving the trauma in my heart.
Dissolving the trauma in my heart.
Allowing my heart to feel peace. Keep tapping. Allowing it to process, releasing the trauma. What's coming up? The whole thing? Just going to the title. Just this title, the drowning. Releasing and sending my heart that pink energy of peace. That pink energy of unconditional love, sending it to my heart. Feeling that peace.
Feeling that peace.
Dissolving that clenched fist. Under the arm. Sending my heart peace. Top of the head. Releasing all that trauma trapped in my heart. Releasing that clenched fist. Seeing that pink coming into my heart, dissolving that clenched fist. Dissolving the trauma. And feeling the peace. Allowing that peace to dissolve all the trauma in the heart. Taking a deep breath and looking up at that light up there. Okay, take a deep breath. Now, when you say the drowning, tapping on the karate chop point, has it gone down a bit?
It has just a little.
Okay. Is it still in the heart? Where is it?
It feels like this scream of terror that needs to come.
Okay. So even though I've got this scream of terror trapped in my throat.
Even though I've got this scream of terror trapped in my throat.
Trapped in my body.
Trapped in my body.
I let my body know.
I let my body know.
It doesn't belong trapped there.
It doesn't belong trapped.
And I want to let it go. All the energy of that scream of terror. Keep tapping on the karate chop point. Top of the head. All that terror. That scream that was trapped.
All that terror.
That scream that was trapped.
That scream.
eyebrow. It doesn't belong trapped in my body. Corner of the eye. And I want to release it.
Release it.
Under the eye, releasing the energy of that scream of terror.
Releasing that energy, that scream of terror.
Out of my body.
Out.
It doesn't belong trapped there.
It doesn't belong trapped.
Under the nose, releasing the energy of that scream of terror. Keep tapping.
Releasing the energy of that scream of terror.
When I think of the movie title, The Drowning. Mm-hmm. Chin point. I'm safe here right now. Open your eyes. I'm safe here right now.
I'm safe here right now.
Looking up at those beautiful bird pictures. I'm safe here right now.
Safe here right now.
Tapping on this movie title.
Tapping on this movie title.
Allowing my body to process and release it. Collarbone. Allowing my body to process and release it.
Allowing my body to process and release it.
I'm safe here now.
I'm safe here now.
As I send my body this beautiful pink. Is that what the body needs to release the scream? Mm-hmm. This beautiful pink. Energy and vibration.
Energy and vibration.
Dissolving that need and energy to scream.
Dissolving that need.
Mm-hmm. Feeling the peace. Good. Okay, back to the karate chop point. So when you think about now the movie title, just the title of The Drowning, has that come down?
Yeah.
What's it come down to now?
It's about 5.
Mm-hmm. Where are you feeling that in your body now?
It's like a fog in my ear.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so even though I've got this remaining fog in my head,
even though I've got this remaining fog in my head,
I thank my body for holding on to this trauma.
I thank my body for holding on to this trauma.
To protect me in some way.
To protect me in some way.
But it doesn't belong trapped there anymore.
But it doesn't belong trapped there anymore.
And I want to process it and let it go.
And I want to process it and let it go.
Even though I've still got this fog in my head.
Even though I've got this fog in my head.
I accept myself deeply and completely.
I accept myself deeply and completely.
Even though I've still got this fog in my head.
Even though I've still got this fog in my head.
It's time to process and release it.
It's time to process and release it.
Top of the head. This fog in my head.
This fog in my head.
When I think about the movie The Drowning.
When I think about the movie The Drowning.
This fog in my head.
This fog in my head.
This fog in my head, processing and clearing it.
This fog in my head, processing and clearing it.
Under the eye, this fog in my head.
This fog in my head.
What colour will help to dissolve that fog and have clarity of mind? Blue? Is it a light blue?
It's aqua blue.
That one?
Yeah.
Which is I'm safe and protected. I feel this safe and protected blue energy.
I feel safe and protected.
As I breathe it in.
As I breathe it in.
Under the nose. Into my heart. And I send it to my brain.
I send it to my brain.
And let my brain know I'm safe and protected.
My brain know I'm safe and protected.
Chin point. Clearing that fog in my head. I am safe.
I am safe.
Sitting here in this room.
Sitting here in this room.
In everyone's heart energy.
In everyone's heart energy.
And I release the trauma and the fog in my head.
And I release the trauma and fog in my head.
Even when I think about that drowning movie.
Even when I think of the drowning movie.
Feeling the clarity in my head.
Feeling the clarity in my head.
Okay, so take a deep breath. So how far down does it come when you think about the movie title, The Drowning?
It feels like an empty space here where the screen has been held back.
So that's an empty space now?
Yeah.
Cool. All right, so just keep tapping. So that's the movie title, and you can see that sometimes just doing the movie title, of course, tunes everyone into the whole movie, and it can take a while just to clear the movie title, okay? So we haven't cleared it completely, but it's come down enough for a 3 to start at a neutral place. So I want you to start at a neutral place. So what's the neutral place? Before you get into it, a neutral place.
Just being at the beach.
Okay. And you can run this through in your mind, or you can tell it out loud. So which do you prefer to do?
I need to speak it.
All right, so here I am at the beach. Who are you at the beach with?
With my son and my parents.
Okay. So you're at the beach with your son and your parents, and it's how long ago?
It's about 20 years ago.
And it's a sunny day, is it? Summer?
Yeah, it's warm.
And you can see the beach and hear the sounds of kids playing and seagulls and smell the sea air, all of that.
Yeah.
So here I am at the beach.
Here I am at the beach.
And everything's fun.
Everything's fun.
And what happens next?
I'm encouraging my son to go out on this boogie board that I bought for him.
And how old is he?
He's about 10.
So what happens next?
He goes out on the board.
Yep.
And then he gets caught in the rip.
And how do you know? Do you see it?
I see.
Okay, so what's that feeling in your body now when you see that?
I feel sick and helpless.
Okay, so let's tap on that. Even though I've got this feeling of being helpless and feeling sick, I accept myself deeply and completely.
Even though I've got this feeling feeling helpless and sick,
I accept myself.
I accept myself deeply and completely.
So you're feeling that in your stomach? Yep. Anywhere else? Throat and stomach. And is there a colour to it?
It's green.
All right, so even though I've got this green feeling of helplessness,
even though I've got this green feeling of helplessness,
and I feel sick and it's in my stomach and my throat,
and I feel sick and it's in my stomach and throat,
I accept myself.
I accept myself
and my body.
and my body.
And I let my body know it's time to process and release this.
And I let my body know that it is time to process this and release it.
It serves me no good being trapped in my body.
It serves me no good being trapped in my body.
And I want to release it.
And I want to release it.
Top of the head. This green feeling in my throat and my stomach.
This green feeling in my throat and stomach.
When I see my son out on the boogie board.
When I see my son on the boogie.
Corner of the eye. I see him caught in a rip.
I see him caught in the rip.
Under the eye, and I feel that helplessness and sick feeling.
I feel that helplessness and sick
in my stomach and my throat.
In my stomach and throat.
Under the nose. I can see him caught in a rib.
I can see him caught.
Chin point. And I can still feel it in my body.
And I can still feel it in my body.
In my throat and my stomach.
Stomach.
That helplessness. And I want to release and process it now.
And I want to release and process it now.
It doesn't belong trapped in my body.
It doesn't belong trapped in my body.
I thank my body for holding it there to protect me in some way.
I thank my body for
holding it
and protecting me in some way.
But I no longer need that protection.
But I no longer need that protection.
And I want to process it and let it go.
And I want to process it and let it go.
That sick feeling.
That sick feeling.
In my stomach and my throat.
In my stomach and my throat.
That helplessness.
That helplessness.
Dissolving it, processing it and letting it go.
Dissolving it, processing it, letting it go.
Under the arm. Letting go that green feeling.
Letting go that green feeling.
So take a deep breath. What colour will help to process that out of your stomach and your throat?
That's saying white.
Mm-hmm.
Clear.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So just breathe in this clear energy into your heart and send it to your stomach and your throat. Just tap the karate chop point. I send this beautiful clear energy to my stomach and my throat.
To my stomach and my throat.
And my eyes.
And my eyes.
When I remember seeing my son.
When I remember seeing my son.
Caught in a rip.
Caught in a rip.
On the boogie board.
On the boogie board.
I'd encouraged him to go out there.
And I bought it for him.
And I bought it for him. And I accept myself. Keep tapping. I accept myself. All boys love boogie boards.
I feel like I made him do it.
Mm-hmm. Even though I feel like I made him do it.
Even though I feel like I made him do it.
I accept myself. And all my judgments.
I accept myself.
Deeply and completely. Even though I feel like I made him do it.
I feel like I made him do it.
I accept myself. Why did you buy him the boogie board? Did you know he'd have fun on it?
I just wanted him to have fun.
Mm-hmm. I just wanted him to have fun.
I just wanted to help him to have fun.
Mm-hmm. I bought him the boogie board to have fun. I bought him the boogie board to have fun.
I bought him the boogie board to have fun.
And I want to release the feeling of helplessness.
And I want to release the feeling of helplessness.
And that sick feeling in my stomach and my throat.
And that sick feeling in my stomach and my throat.
When I remember seeing him caught in a rip.
When I remember seeing him caught in a rip.
I'm letting my eyes know we can release that.
I'm letting my eyes know we can release that.
Top of the head, releasing all that trauma from my eyes.
Releasing all that trauma from my eyes.
And my throat.
And my throat.
And my stomach.
And my stomach.
That sick feeling.
That sick feeling.
In my stomach.
In my stomach.
That helpless feeling in my throat.
That helpless feeling in my throat.
I bought him the boogie board to have fun.
I bought him the boogie board to have fun.
Releasing that feeling of blame.
Releasing that feeling of blame.
I feel like I made him go out there.
I feel like I made him go out there.
I bought him the boogie board so he could have fun.
I bought him the boogie board because I felt guilty that I'd left his father.
Mm-hmm.
And I just wanted to have some lightness and fun.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and I bought the boogie board because I'd left his father and I just wanted him to have some lightness and fun.
I bought the boogie board because I'd left his father and I just wanted to have some lightness and fun.
Yep. I just wanted to have some lightness and fun. Him to have lightness and fun.
I just wanted him to have some lightness and fun.
That's why I bought the boogie board.
That's why I bought the boogie board.
I'd left his father.
I'd left his father.
I wanted him to have lightness and fun.
I wanted him to have lightness and fun.
Releasing the trauma.
Releasing the trauma.
From my eyes.
From my eyes.
My throat.
My throat.
My stomach.
My stomach.
Releasing the guilt. Releasing the guilt.
Releasing the guilt.
I'd left his father.
I'd left his father.
Under the nose, releasing the guilt.
Releasing the guilt.
I'd left his father.
His father.
Chin point, releasing the guilt.
Releasing the guilt.
I just wanted him to have fun.
I just wanted him to have fun.
Releasing all the trauma from my eyes, my throat and my stomach.
Releasing all the trauma from my eyes, my throat and my stomach.
Releasing all the guilt.
Releasing all the guilt.
It doesn't belong trapped in my body.
It doesn't belong trapped in my body.
It serves me no good.
It serves me.
It serves him no good.
It serves him no good.
It serves no one any good.
It serves no one any good.
And I want to release it all.
And I want to
Releasing and processing it all like letting air out of a balloon.
Releasing and processing it all like letting air.
And I remember seeing him trapped in the rib.
And I remember seeing him trapped in the rib.
Releasing all the trauma.
Releasing all the trauma.
I send my body peace.
I send my body peace.
So take a deep breath. Any more tissues?
Thank you.
Okay, so going back, you're on the beach. It's a sunny day.
Yeah.
You're there with who? Your parents, was it?
Yeah.
And your son?
Yeah.
And it's a fun day at the beach. Your son goes out on the boogie board.
Yeah.
And you can see he's caught in a rip.
Yeah.
What's that down to?
It's down to about a 1.
Mm-hmm. So what happened next?
I felt like there was unseen entities around me yelling at me that he was going to be okay, he was going to be okay, he was going to be okay, and I could hear that.
Mm-hmm.
But what I was seeing was not that he was okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then I turned to one side. I was trying to get to him,
Mm-hmm.
wade into the water. And I turned to one side, and there was this young boy who'd seen everything and was just didn't say anything to me. He just had his eyes on Morgan and was just paddling out, and just plucked him and took him on the board.
Mm-hmm.
And he was back on the shore safe within moments
Mm-hmm.
of me just turning.
Mm-hmm.
And he was okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I want you to go right back to the beginning and tell me the whole story. We want to see if it's all clear. So here you are on the beach.
I'm on the beach and it's just a day, and I want to encourage Morgan to have fun.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm encouraging him to go out on this board.
Mm-hmm. Go through the points, yep.
And he goes out,
Mm-hmm.
and then within seconds, and I'm watching him, and within seconds, he's just being swept away.
Mm-hmm.
And our eyes are just locked.
Mm-hmm. Is there anything for you in your body now when you see that? Our eyes are locked, he's being swept away.
No.
Okay, keep going.
And I'm wanting to get to him, desperately get to him,
Mm-hmm.
and sensing these other entities
Mm-hmm.
screaming that he's going to be okay, and they were screaming so that I could hear them.
Mm-hmm. They're screaming, he's going to be okay, yep.
And feeling that he was going to be okay,
Mm-hmm.
but not seeing that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I turned to my left, and there was this young boy who didn't say anything. He just
Mm-hmm.
went and plucked Morgan out of the ocean and brought him back.
Mm-hmm. And he was okay.
And he was okay.
So when you remember seeing him being taken out by the rib, how's that now? And you can hear entities yelling at you, he's going to be okay, but your eyes are telling you something different.
Yep.
How is that now?
There's just a sense of peace that he...
Cool. All right. So when you think about all that and some of the other aspects that you said also, I'd left my husband and I wanted him to have some lightness and some fun.
Yeah.
Is there any guilt there or any blame there now? I made him go out there.
No, because that was an act of love.
Mm-hmm. See the cognitive shift? So before it was very much, I made him go out there. See how it's all different now that the energy's changed, so there's more peace around it. It was an act of love.
Yeah.
You wanted him to have fun.
Yeah. I did.
And it's exactly what you did, was give him a boogie board, which all 10-year-olds love at the beach.
Yeah.
Excellent. And he was okay.
Yeah.
That was a good one to release.
Yeah, you know, pretty quickly, okay, this is about guilt. I thought it was, I've been working on the fear of what I saw and nearly drowning and the could-haves and all of that. But it's the first time I've really been aware of
the guilt behind it.
The guilt.
Yeah. And I don't know if you actually mentioned guilt or I just said that. You did before. Yeah.
And there was an awareness of that guilt fairly quickly.
Yes.
But trusting the process.
Yes.
But there was a struggle with the accepting myself and receiving what you guys were
descending. Yeah.
Because I was bad. I had been bad. I felt guilty.
And I saw that struggle, and you couldn't say it a few times, so I was saying it for you.
Yeah. So it's that I don't deserve to be free of this because I've done something really bad.
Yeah.
I nearly killed my son.
So when you say that now, I did something really bad, I nearly killed my son, it's not sitting with you.
Well, look, that's just ridiculous.
Yeah. See the cognitive shift? It's completely different.
It's ridiculous. I mean, simply said, it's ridiculous.
You bought him a boogie board in love so he could have fun.
Yeah.
He got into trouble and he was saved, he was fine.
Yeah.
There was panic, it's been released.
Yeah.
Completely different cognitive shift around the thing.
Yeah.
And although, you know, there was waves of it coming and going through that, and of course, you know, I use the colours, which isn't part of EFT, but I like to use them as an adjunct because of the physical energy of the colour and smells helps. Even though you were saying, I'm too bad, I don't deserve to receive these, your body was still receiving them.
Then that sort of gives a moment of respite as well from the crescendo, that not a distraction because you're still with it, but a moment to pause and just really focus on receiving for a moment.
Yeah, and that physical smell of it receives and goes to the part of the brain that is in survival and in stress. Okay. So it goes directly to the primitive brain that is in that stress mode. And then having you open your eyes and look up is getting you out of the trauma too and bringing you into the present. Yeah. So that I was bringing you out of it sometimes and then dropping you back into it as well. So, yeah, but it was a good trauma to release, because, you know, you don't want to have traumas like that stuck in your energy.
No, but you know, there was a belief, and that's probably the most profound belief of not deserving to be released, of the fear of what happened. Yeah,
because I'm guilty, I need to be blamed, I need to be punished.
Exactly, I need to be punished.
And now you can release all of that.
Well, that's just nonsensical.
Yeah.
Nobody deserves to be punished.
No. Nobody. But when you've got the energy of all that there, you can't see that sense.
No, I hear you.
You can see it now. It's congruent with you now.
Yeah.
It sits with you now.
Yeah.
It's part of your energy now, whereas before your mind might have said it, but it wasn't registering.
No.
Yeah.
No, that's absolutely right.
And you could have done positive affirmations till the cows came home of saying that, but it wouldn't have registered with you until you got rid of that energy and changed the whole energetic gist of it so that it could be congruent with you. Right on. Good trauma to process.
Thank you.
Thank you all for holding the energy.
Yeah, I felt that very strongly, that sense of safe.
Yep.
So, thank you.
Thanks.
And yesterday, the work that we did assisted in...
Yeah, in uncovering that.
Yeah. Okay, because I'm sitting here feeling not guilty, but gosh, I didn't do it properly or something.
No, and never feel that you haven't done it properly. What it's done is opened that layer enough for her to feel safe to, I need to deal with this, and this is what's underneath what we did yesterday.
Today wouldn't have happened if yesterday didn't happen.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah. So well done.
So thank you.
Excellent. Thank you all.